Hello, this is Alex Hecht from Beit Midrash Zichron Dov. Thank you so much for tuning in to our Daily Dose videos. For the next 3 days, I would like to present 3 days, three prayers, or 3 prayers, 3 days, whichever one you like better, with a short thought about each of the daily prayer services, Shacharit, Mincha, and Mariv. I want to thank the Kark family very much for their dedication of this video in memory of Naomi Kark, Naomi Bas Yosef, their grandmother and great-grandmother. May her neshama have an aliyah. So each of the 3 daily prayer services were originally established by the Avos, by the patriarchs. Avram established the first one to pray Shacharit, Yitzchak Mincha, and Yaakov Mariv. And then later on, the sages established them corresponding to the daily sacrificial service. In the morning service, in Shacharit, there's a great emphasis on connecting and not interrupting the blessings after the Shema that discuss redemption and the big beginning of the Shemona Esrei. The Gemara in Brachos asks, who is a worthy of the world to come? And it answers, someone who's somech gula l'tefillah, someone who connects the redemption to the beginning of prayer. So why is this concept so important? Why is it so essential that we not have any type of break between the blessing of Ga'al Yisrael, which says that Hashem redeemed Israel, and the beginning of Shemona Esrei? So one approach is that of Rashi, who, citing the Talmud Yerushalmi, provides an analogy. He says, what have we been doing so far? We've been trying to approach the king, to Hashem. And he says that this is like a friend of a king who makes his way to the king's door, knocks on his door, doesn't hear an answer for a little bit, and then he leaves. The king comes to his door, he opens up his door, and nobody's there. You can see what a shame that is. The person just made the effort to go to the king's door and was about to be received by the king, but he didn't have enough patience to go and wait, and he missed that opportunity. Another approach is offered by the Talmidei Rabbeinu Yonah, the students of Rabbeinu Yonah. And they say that, what are we doing in the blessings leading up to the Shemona Esrei, the blessings of the Shema? The blessings of the Shema speak about how Hashem rescued us from the Egyptians, how he allowed us to cross the Yam Suf, the Sea of Reeds, and how he really accepted us as his people, was the ultimate redeemer. And when we understand that, so there are really 2 obligations that become incumbent upon us. One is just the recognition that if Hashem chose us as his people and paid special attention to us and took us out of Egypt, then we are required to be his servants. Hashem accepted us and acquired us as his servants, and we are therefore obligated to live up to that role, because after all, that was the reason why we were redeemed in the first place. So once we mention that, it's incumbent upon us to serve Hashem with our heart, to serve Hashem in what the sages term avoda shebalev, the service of the heart, which is prayer. So once we've established how Hashem has been involved in our history, it's now incumbent upon us to live up to our role as Hashem's servants. And another reason why Rabbeinu Yonah says that this is so important, that we don't interrupt between the redemption and the beginning of prayer, is because by mentioning the redemption, by mentioning all of the miracles that Hashem has done for us, it strengthens our faith. It strengthens our clarity that Hashem has not only been involved in our history, but is involved in every aspect of our lives. And when we've internalized that, so then it behooves us to pray. Then it puts us in a state of mind where we can really appreciate what prayer is. And I think with both of these approaches, whether it's Rashi's approach that we, by what we've done so far, have drawn close to Hashem, or the approach of Rabbeinu Yonah that what we've done so far is reminded ourselves of Hashem's providence in the world and in our lives, they both show us that we need to capitalize on opportunities when we're inspired. Sometimes we feel it more, sometimes we're more inspired, sometimes we're less inspired, but sometimes it could be due to events that happen in our lives. It could just be we're having a good day and we're inspired and we're feeling it more. And what this is telling us is we have to capitalize on it. We have to use that opportunity to propel us and to sustain us even during those times when we're less inspired. So when every day we remind ourselves of how Hashem has been involved in our history, when we've drawn so close to him, we have to remember right now, capitalize on that, pray to Hashem, serve him with our heart, and have the ultimate connection with him before we proceed on with our day.